Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Here in today's video, I am recording an account tour of my Marvel Contest of Champions account. This is a game that I have enjoyed playing for nearly 10 years now. I've been playing this game for quite some time, and this account itself is about 8 years old. I played a little bit on one account when the game first came out, and I don't remember what happened to that account. I may have lost it, but eventually I ended up starting another account. I think around 2016, sometime during 2016 is when I started playing on this account, and I've taken a few years off of the game every once in a while, just because I got bored or I had other responsibilities. But I have been back playing this game for almost a year now, and I have made quite a bit of progress in this last year. If you are new around here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with my future releases of content surrounding Marvel Contest of Champions. And make sure you turn on notifications too, so you're notified of my updates. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Let me know what you think about my account and where are you currently at with this game. And so with that, we're going to hop right in. So as I had mentioned, I started this account back around 2016. I don't remember exactly when, but sometime, in the year of 2016, I played on and off for a bit until around 2019. After 2019, I took a long break from the game. I had a bunch of responsibilities and different things that I did in life, and I didn't return to the game until this last year in 2024. And I want to say it was about end of March or start of April that I started playing again. Here on the screen somewhere, you will see a screenshot of the earliest summoner profile that I can find since I started playing again in April. But since I started playing again in April, I've been active since. I've participated in most of the content that has been released since then, and I'm excited to show where my account is currently. So, comparing the summoner profile from back in April of this year, this is what my summoner profile looks like currently. So, we have, just looking at the statistics, we have 1,339 total number of heroes. I enjoy collecting as many as I can, even those 2 stars that are exclusive. I try to get as many champions as I can on my account. I have a total base hero rating of just shy of 5.8 million. I could actually bump that up here if I just go and level up a champion, but we're at about 5.8 million, which comparing my account back in April of last year, it hasn't even been a full year, and I've already gotten more than 4 million total base hero rating, which I think is a pretty good accomplishment. I know it's a lot easier nowadays because there's more materials available to level up and rank up your champions, but I'm still proud of that accomplishment. For our Summoner Prestige, we have 27,294, which is pretty decent. So we only have 4 of my top champions here, but my top champion is Bullseye currently at rank 4, and then I have 3 of my top rank 3s prestige-wise here. I'm not sure what the 5th one is off the top of my head. We'll see later, though. And then there's the split between my champion prestige and my relic prestige. And here you can see my top relics. I try to actually level up the relics pretty often, just because I find them to be very useful, especially in battlegrounds and some of the endgame content. Just having those higher rarities and at a higher level and rank really does help. Here are some of the other stats on my account if you're interested in those. I'm nowhere near some of the the top end players, again, because I've taken a lot of breaks from Contest of Champions, and there have been a couple of instances where I took more than a year off of the game. But I'm back now, and I'm enjoying playing the game again pretty much full time. I try to do as much as the game has to offer. So that's my summoner profile. Moving on, we'll take a look at the currencies that I currently have, or I guess resources as they're called. So we have a good amount of everything, really. I try to stay topped up on a lot of the resources that I have just to have them when I want or need to spend them. So we got a good amount of trophy tokens, also a good amount of Elder's Mark. I usually stay pretty topped off on those just because I win most of my Battlegrounds matches, so I don't have to dip very low on those. Have a few victory shields. We have a lot of units. I grind the arena quite a bit. And if any of you are wondering how you can get a lot of units in the game, I know it's boring and it's not the most exciting thing to do, but it is arena. I plan on releasing a video in the future about all the ways you can earn units free to play in this game. Keep an eye out, subscribe to the channel if you want to see the video on that breakdown where you can get all those units. So yeah, I farm a lot of units. I try to save them too. I'm pretty stingy on spending them. and I really will only spend them on a good event if I feel that the rewards are good. We have about 42 million gold. I try to stay topped up on that too. Almost 500,000 battle chips. I've been doing some arena lately and I just haven't opened them. I'm thinking about saving my battle chips to do an opening of the Thronebreaker battle chip crystals. We'll see though. 600,000 loyalty, 13,000 glory, and then you can see the others here. So not bad. In the resource department, again, I try to stay topped up on things. It just helps to have them available when I need them. Moving on, let's go ahead. I think we'll just go kind of left to right with the tabs that we have. So moving on to fight, let's take a look at all of the content that I have completed. So if we look at all of the act content, I am currently caught up and 100% explored everything. So here we have the newest content, Act 7, 8, and 9. 100% completed everything that there is to offer here so far. I think that Act 9.2 is hopefully around the corner here in the next couple of months. I'd like to have more Act content to take care of and get some more rewards from there. Book 1, I've also completed everything here too, 100%. Since I returned from April, so before April, I had Acts 1 through 5 100% completed. But from April of last year till now, I 100% completed Act 6, 7, 8, and what there is of 9 so far. That's been pretty fun. It's really not that difficult of content. It was a little difficult at first when my roster was still pretty small, but after getting some champions that really helped out and playing well, using my skills and abilities, I was able to get through all of this content pretty quickly. Other content that I've completed, we'll take a look at back issues. So I have fully explored all of the back issues, both the variant and the classic difficulties. The classic difficulties, I really just explored them for the units that they have to offer. That's another good way that you can farm some units if you haven't explored these classic missions, because just each of the quests, completing them will give you some units and exploring them as well. So this is just a good way to get some extra units if you need them. As for special quests, I've done quite a bit actually. So to paint a picture of what I have done in all of the special quests since returning from the game, before April of last year, the only content that I had completed was Road to the Labyrinth 100%, Realm of Legends 100%, and one path of Labyrinth of Legends. That's all that I had done before returning to the game in April. So since then, I have fully explored Labyrinth of Legends, which is pretty easy. I have to say, coming back to the game now and having, rank 5 6 stars or rank 2 and 3 7 stars, a lot of this content was a lot easier. It was easier for me to do it now than it was for the people who initially cleared it, 5 6 plus years ago. But yeah, so I fully explored Labyrinth of Legends. I fully explored Abyss of Legends. That one was a little more recently. I think the final path I cleared a few months ago. Wasn't too bad. I explored both paths of Acceptance in the Eternity of Pain and then also the Grief Incarnate. I did the Grief Incarnate with the Karina's Challenge. I fully explored Epoch of Pain just a couple of weeks ago, and that was really enjoyable. It wasn't actually as difficult as I thought it would be. Grandmaster's Gauntlet I have almost fully completed. So for those that are familiar with it, here actually, let me clear this real quick and then we'll be right back. Okay, so back to the Grandmaster's Gauntlet. So I've completed all of the Karina's challenges surrounding it, and I only have one more path to complete before I have 100% completed it. So for those that aren't familiar with it, there's essentially there's 20 fights before you get to the boss, and what you can do is you can go through the first 5 fights and then head directly to the Deathless Thanos fight, but you don't get any extra rewards for that. If you want to get to all of the rewards here in these chests, you have to go through all 20 fights to get there. And so I have done that. I've actually done it a couple of times, but in order to 100% complete the quest, you have to go through sets of 5 fights and then take the path to the boss. So you have to do 5 fights, head to Deathless Thanos, then on another path or another iteration of the quest, you have to do 10 fights, then go to the boss. Then you have to do 15 fights and go to the boss, and so on. And so I actually only have one more path to do before I have 100% completed that. I plan on doing it soon, and there's actually the newly updated Grandmaster's Gauntlet about to come out, which has 7-star defenders and is limited to 7-star champions that you can bring in. So I'm excited for that content. We'll see what team I can throw together for that. And then as for other quests, 100% explored Shooting Stars. And I have the Deathless Mausoleum, which I haven't done yet because I don't have all of the Deathless champions. I missed out on Deathless Guillotine and also Deathless King Groot, just because I started in April. I missed out on Guillotine, and I have a couple of pieces for both of them, but I'm waiting for the pieces to rotate back around instead of spending units. I just don't want to spend my hard-earned units on buying those pieces when the pieces that I am missing are going to come back around eventually. I know Kabam has confirmed that they are going to release them again. It could just be, well over a year, and I'm okay with that. So that's all of the special content that I've completed. And right now, currently, what I use my energy on each day, I explore as much of the event quest as I can each month. I explore all of the lower difficulties because they offer you units, which is really good. I also do some of the daily quests. So I do the Apothecary, the Expert level each day, because that gives you a level 1 revive every day at least. Sometimes you get a level 2 revive from the path, which is nice. And I'm currently doing the medium from the proving grounds every day because I'm leveling up 3 stars. And so just getting those extra catalysts are really nice. So that's what I really use my energy on each day. And if I have extra, sometimes I do the gold pool quest. It really depends. Okay, moving on, let's take a look at the crystals that I have. So I got quite a few crystals saved up. And you're going to see a lot of crystals that I could open that would give me champions, but I like to hang on to these crystals. There are times when I would go through an ISO drought because some ISO would expire or it's about to expire and I sell it for gold. And so I try to just hold on to crystals until I need ISO. So going through, you just see some of the crystals that I have. Let's pop open this daily crystal, see if we get anything. All good. So I've just got some crystals here. I'm currently actually saving, here it is, 7-star Titan Nexus crystal. The pool is going to be changing soon, and so I'm going to be doing an opening. I'm not sure if I'm going to open this Titan Nexus with this new batch or if I'm going to save it for the following batch. We'll see what I get from just regular Titan crystals that I have and decide from that point. But yeah, I've just got various crystals. I got some sick crystals to open too. Got a lot of catalyst crystals just because, honestly, I forget that I even have them. On occasion, I'll open them, but I really just have them there in case I need them for, for an emergency opening at some point. Those are just my regular crystals. For shard crystals, I've got over a million 5-star crystal shards. I just like saving them up. It's fun. And various other shards. For Titan crystals, I have 100,000 shards saved up. A lot of these came from some of the Karina's challenges with the Necropolis, and just in other places too that I've gotten them over the last little bit. I think with like the Winter of Woe, Autumn of Agony, or I think the most recent was the Summer of Sorrow or Suffering. Whichever was the most recent and the one prior, I've kind of saved my Titan shards. And there's some of these other crystals too. I just like holding on to crystals. I'll actually go and pop open a 5-star relic, see if we can get something new. Nope, that's all good. I just like holding on to the crystals because, again, if there are times when I need ISO and I'm out of it, it sucks to not have crystals to open to get some of that ISO I need. And then just some of the solo crystal shards too. But those are the crystals I currently have saved up. Moving on, let's take a look. Next would be champions, but I'm going to come back to champions. Let's look at my inventory real quick just to see what I have. So for catalysts, I'm not using too much currently. Let's just take a look at like the tier 6 that I've got. All of these tier 6 class catalysts, most of these I got from the Epoch of Pain, fully exploring each path, and I just haven't used them yet. I know so I have 2 tier 7 basic. One is from Epoch of Pain, and the other is from the Karina's challenge from Necropolis. And we know with the new content coming out here in a week, with the new Grandmaster's Gauntlet, they're going to have another one. So that'll put me at 3 catalysts so I can get my second rank 4. So I'm excited to see who I'm going to rank up. I don't have, I'm not 100% set on someone yet. So we're going to see what what are my options and who I want to rank up with that. ISO, here's just some of my basic ISO. If you look at my stash, I've just got various ISO of different types. Health and energy, I just have some various potions and revives. I've got a bunch of revives actually saved up for the Grandmaster's Gauntlet is about to come out, so hopefully I don't have to dip into my units for that. We'll see though. Here's where everything is, and all the good stuff is though. So for champion items, got some Deathless Sig Stones that I'm saving probably for when I eventually get Deathless Thanos. I currently still have my 7-star Awakening Gem from exploring Necropolis. not Necropolis, Epoch of Pain. And there's not currently anyone I want to use it on. I'd rather just save this for an amazing champion in the future, maybe one of the top 6 stars that isn't out as a 7-star yet. So I'm just saving that. We'll see who I use it on. I have a Science Gem though. I'm really considering giving this to Spider-Ham. He doesn't need his Awakened ability, it just gives him a lot of extra utility and bonuses, and I love playing Spider-Ham, so I'm really considering giving it to him, but part of me is also holding out to see if I get Count Nefaria. But I'm just holding on to that for now. We'll see if I use that anytime soon. Various other Awakening Gems of different star rarities. I've got enough Tier 2 dust for another Ascension. See if I can do someone with that soon. I still have most of the 1 to 2 class gems from Epoch of Pain as well. The only one that I've used is the Mystic one, which I used on Rintra. I took Rintra from rank 1 to rank 2 with the class gem. And so I think I'm going to do a rank up video here soon where I use each of these gems, and we'll take one champ from each of these other classes to rank 2. So stay tuned for that. Various other rank up gems and 6 stones here too. Not many champs that I want to use them on currently. Really, I spend all of my solo crystal shards on the greater crystal, so the one that costs 2,000, just because those give a bunch of the 3-star signature stones, and there are only a handful of 3 stars that I have left to get to Sig 99. If we take a look here, we can see all of the ones that I can still take up. It's really not that many, and so it's nice having them maxed out, so when I open premium or 3-star hero crystals, I just get max Sig crystals to get me more 4 stars and eventually higher star rated crystals as well. Boosts, just got various boosts saved up, a lot of the arena boosts as well. Other tab, various things. Again, I have some of the 7-star Deathless pieces that I still am going to use in the future, but just waiting for those to come back around. A few different Platinum Pool pieces as well. And then we just have some Embers and Alloys here too. Again, I try to rank up my relics quite a bit. We'll take a look at those here shortly too. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the champions, the part that I'm most excited to talk about. So I think we're just going to take a brief look at each star level and just go up from there. So starting out with the 1-stars, I currently have all of the 1-stars that are available in game. Have them all maxed out. I enjoy when the 1 and 2-star arena comes around each year with the bonuses. It's fun to use the 1-stars there that I have. Moving on to 2-stars, I have almost all of the 2-stars that I own ranked up. Let's see, I have 163 2-stars. The only ones I actually don't have ranked up were actually given out to us. It was either, no, I think it was today, yeah. So there were 5 more champions that were given out today for the Woman of Power event. I guess for the rework that they're going to do for one of these champions as well. So they gave out each of these. I'm just going to have to level them up and max them out as 2-stars. But apart from that, there are no more 2-stars that I have to level up or rank up. I've got all of the rest of my 2-stars maxed out, which is pretty fun. It hasn't been too difficult to get them up. Just getting the catalysts from the daily quest was how I got them up over the course of a few months. Moving on to 3-stars, I don't have all of these maxed out, so that's what I'm currently working on. So maxed out at rank 4, I only have 21. At rank 3, I have 180 champions so far. Most of them still need to be leveled up because I've only taken them to rank 3. I haven't leveled them up yet, so I need to get on that eventually. Below that, I only have 51 more rank 2s and 15 rank 1s. So I'll get all of these to rank 3 and then eventually all of my rank 3s to rank 4. I imagine hopefully it'll only take me a few more months. Shouldn't take me longer than a year though, but I want to get all of the 3-stars that I have maxed out as well on my account. On to 4-stars, I actually have more 4-stars maxed out than I have 3-stars. So at rank 5, I have 84 stars, and I usually rank up my 4-stars for arena. So I try to rank up the champions that have the most prestige so that I get more points in arena when I use the 4-star champions. So these are all of the 4-stars that I have maxed out. And if you are wondering why my prestige on some of these champions is higher, I do currently have suicides on, so my prestige across all of my champions is going to be a bit higher than you would normally see for someone who does not have suicides active. So these are the 4-stars that I have maxed out for arena. And then I just have other ones at various rankings. Haven't done too much in ranking up the majority of them, but eventually, once I rank up all of my 3-stars, I want to get all of my 4-stars maxed out too. That'll probably take a lot longer though. We'll get there eventually though, as long as this game's still around. Moving on to 5 stars. I have various 5 stars that I've maxed out. Most of these I maxed out before I started playing again in April. Some of the champions that you might recognize as, those that were the best 5 stars when 5 stars were still very relevant and at the top of the meta. So those are my 5 stars, and then just some of the 5 stars that I have of other rarities. I've ranked up some with a lot of the gems that came from the back issues content, and yeah, those are just the 5 stars I have. Pretty much the vast majority of them are at rank 1. And I'd like to take them up. It just, takes gold and ISO and catalysts from other champions that I want to rank up. All right, moving on to 6 stars. So these are champions that are still pretty relevant in the game as well. Let's just go rank by rank. So rank 1 champions, I have most of my 6 stars at rank 1 just because I haven't gotten around to ranking them up. Again, these take a lot of catalysts and ISO and gold, which is why most of them are going to stay at rank 1 for the foreseeable future. Rank 2, I have a handful of just various champions that were useful. Some of these I had ranked up before I really started focusing on my 7 stars, so I don't plan on ranking them up any further. Rank 3, there are a couple of champions here that I would like to take up, like Stealth Suit Spider-Man and Ghost, who aren't out as 7 stars, just because they're useful in various content. So there's a few here that I still might take up, especially like Kingpin, even. Because Kingpin is pretty useful. At rank 4, there are quite a few champions here that I've ranked up over the course of a little while. And there are a few here too that I would like to max out and take up to rank 5, though I'm hesitant to, just because if they get released as a 7 star, I would rather rank up the 7 star than a 6 star. A couple of those are like Red Guardian, Nimrod, Tigra. They're just good champions to have, and I find that keeping them here at a rank 4 level, you can see some of them are ascended too, they're still very useful and very relevant where they are at currently. But moving on, we have my rank 5 6 stars. So I currently have, it looks like 19 6 stars that are maxed out. I think they're all ascended too from what I can see. Yep, okay. So yeah, going through here, most of these you'll recognize are 6 stars that aren't available as 7 stars. There are a couple of exclusives. When you take Serpent, Enchantress, and Onslaught, for example, I really ranked up these champions, even though their 7 stars were available, just because I really wanted to have them maxed out in my Battlegrounds deck at the time, because I had no idea if or when I would pull their 7-star versions. It could take quite a long time to get those. And so I ranked them up just because they were useful in the moment. And then there are a few others, so like Rentra, for example, and Iceman, I took up and maxed them out as 6 stars before their 7 stars were released. So it's just unfortunate that there's a 7-star version of them now in game, and if I had known that they would have been a 7 star soon, I probably wouldn't have taken these champs all the way to rank 5, but it's okay. It didn't take too much in terms of resources to get these champions up, and I still use them. They're very helpful, and I really enjoy using all of the champions here. So those are my 6 stars, and we're going to move on now to my 7 stars. So let's start out with my rank 1 champions. Again, most of my 7 stars are at rank 1, just because they take a lot of resources to rank up. And again, I've only been playing since April of this last year, so there's still a lot of champions that I am getting from crystals. But I have to say, for all of my 7 stars, I have 112. I feel like that's a pretty good collection of 7 stars. And before I started in April, 7 stars weren't even out in the game. And so I feel pretty good with my collection of 7 stars since returning to the game. But yeah, these are just the various 7 stars that I have at rank 1. There are a few here that I want to take up. And again, I'm going to be using those 5 class gems that I have here soon to rank up some of these champions. So stay tuned to the channel, and I'll release that video hopefully here just in the next few days. But yeah, so these are the champions that I currently have. Moving on, we'll get into the rank 2s and 3s. And so these are the champions that I have taken up, which I use in most of the content still, whether that be in Battlegrounds or questing. So these are my current rank 2 7 stars. There's quite a few here that I use on a day-to-day basis. I use Juggernaut in just basic questing because of how much damage he does. He takes down champions pretty quickly. I have Dazzler here, who's phenomenal, very good champion. Still learning to use her, but she'll have her use, and I'm hoping to awaken her from the Titan Crystals when the pool changes here shortly. I have Ebony Maw at rank 2 for my Battlegrounds deck. Some of these champions I took up, like Guillotine 2099 for the Karina's Challenge in Necropolis. Shang-Chi is one of my favorite champions. He was actually my first rank 4 6 star, and he's still very relevant, very useful, so I have him up at rank 2. and then just various other champions that I enjoy playing quite a bit. Rinchu here, I want to take to rank 3 as well. He'll take place of my maxed out 6-star, and I'm hoping to awaken him as well from the Titan Crystals. Moving on, we have my rank 3 7-stars. So let me go ahead and actually add my Bullseye here as well, because he was a rank 3, but I recently took him up to rank 4. So counting him, I have 19 rank 3 and rank 4 champions. I'm just looking at each of them. They all have various uses and utilities, and I'm happy with pretty much all of these rank ups. Quite a few of these are also defender focused for Battlegrounds. I have like Domino and Kindred, even Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She's really great on defense, but I love using her on offense too. Medusa has been great on both offense and defense as well. Terrax is a really good defender. Terrax was actually my second rank 3 7-star, and the reason I took him up was because I got a Cosmic Gem from completing Necropolis, and my options for a Cosmic rank 3 at the time were either Terrax or Silver Surfer. And I went with Terrax. I just felt like he was a better choice. He's got good immunities, good damage output, and he's been a good defender in Battleground, so he's useful up at a rank 3 level. I have America Chavez, one of my favorite champions, Kushala, Bishop. Serpent I actually got a few weeks ago, and prior to getting the 7-star, I had the 6-star maxed out. So I'm really happy that I finally got the 7-star and was able to awaken him. I had actually, my first ever awakening gem of a 7-star rarity was a Cosmic Gem. And so at the time, I could have used the gem on Venom and was really contemplating it, but I told myself, if I get Serpent, I really want to be able to take him up right away, and I'd rather use a Cosmic Gem than a generic. He's very well worthy of a generic gem, but I always prefer to use a class variety over a generic when possible. And luckily, I'd saved the gem and was able to put it into Serpent. I've got Spider-Ham, love him at the rank 3 level. I'm really considering taking him up to rank 4. He might be my first rank 4 science champion, just because of how versatile he is. If I do take him up, though, I do want to awaken him, so if I haven't awakened him naturally, by the time I decide to take him to rank 4, I'll probably use my science gem on him if I haven't used it on someone else already. Got Cheelth at rank 3, very useful. I enjoyed using her in the Karina's challenge with Necropolis, where you had to use the Karina's Challenger, so you had to do the full path. She was useful for a variety of fights there. Hulk speaks for himself, amazing champion. Enjoy using him on attack and pretty much all content across the contest. Red Skull, great champion as well. I pulled him after one of the Karina's challenges with Necropolis, so it was a wonderful pull, and luckily I've awakened him since then too, so that awakening has been really useful. Atuma is actually my most recent rank 3. I'd love to get him awakened, but I don't have that opportunity currently, unless I want to use the generic gem, but I'm not going to use that on him. I'm going to keep that saved. He doesn't need his awakened ability, but it's nice to have just that extra bit of damage. But I love having him for defense in my Battlegrounds deck. And it actually helps that he's not awakened because he appears lower in my deck, so some people probably won't see him or even realize that he's there at a rank 3 level if they're not looking at all of the champions. I've got Sasquatch at rank 3, who he was also actually one of my, among my first rank 3 champions. I would love to get him awakened, with his awakening ability giving him regen as he has lower health. That would just help with his defense on Battlegrounds. Then I have Venom, who's awesome as well, great champion, would love to awaken him, just haven't got that yet. And Mr. Sinister, who, phenomenal champion as well, as you all know. I would love to get him awakened too. I've considered using my generic gem on him, but I'm holding off on that. Just because he doesn't need the awakened ability. It's nice to have, just gives him that extra bit of utility and those bonuses that he can get through questing or even in like a Battlegrounds match. So I've considered awakening him, but I'm holding off on that for now. But yeah, so these are my highest rated champions. I guess I really didn't talk about the first two here. Some of my favorite champions. So Spider-Man, Stark Enhanced. I chose him from the Karina's challenges, the selectors, from the content creators challenges. And so I pulled and awakened him from those. Been an amazing champion. I took him straight to rank 3, and his damage output is incredible. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that since I pulled him, which was about October of last year was when I completed those challenges, every match that I have used him in Battlegrounds, I have never lost a fight with Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, just because of how insane his damage output is. He is phenomenal, and I recommend to anyone considering taking him up, because he's such a powerhouse. He puts out so much damage. And then my top champion currently is Bullseye. The reason he's at rank 4 is because I pulled a skill gem from the Epoch of Pain exploration, and Steel wasn't my first choice of gem, but I'm happy with it. You know, Bullseye is an amazing champion. He's great on defense, amazing on defense even. You know, he's one of the best champions in the game as a defender. And I actually enjoy using him on attack as well. He's a really good attacker when you know how to use all of his abilities effectively. And one of my favorite places to use him is in incursions with the hemostatic charge hack. With the power stings that he inflicts with the instant bleed effects, he can do several 100,000 damage in power sting bursts, and it's really fun to use. I enjoy using him in incursions, and so an amazing defender in my Battlegrounds deck. I think since I ranked him up, every single match I've played, he has been banned, which checks out. You know, I figured that was going to happen. But eventually, as more rank 4 champions are introduced to the game and we're able to rank them up, you know, the opponent will have to decide which rank 4s they're going to ban, and Bullseye will eventually see more play in my deck, and I'm excited for that. But with that, just a quick overview of my relics before we conclude. These are the relics I currently have ranked up. I'm pretty happy with my collection, honestly. I feel like I've been pretty lucky across the board. I've got a lot of the 6-star relics that I really enjoy using. I think there's like 1 or 2 that I've gotten recently. Yeah, I've got like Scarlet Witch, who I haven't even combined with someone yet. But you know, my top relics here, they're all really effective and really useful. I'm pretty happy with those that I've got. But yeah, with that, I think we're going to go ahead and conclude the account tour here. I'm excited to create more content on the channel surrounding Contest of Champions. This is a game that I love. Again, I've played this for nearly 10 years now. I played the game first a few weeks after it had come out, which was really early on. And that first account, I didn't get very far in. I only played a little bit, and it was really hard to accumulate a lot of high rarity champions at that time. Since then, again, I started a new account back in 2016 and played the game on and off, but I've been back actively playing the game since April of this last year. And so it hasn't even been a full year since I've started playing again. I think here at the end of March or at the start of April is where I will reach my 1-year mark of starting to play the game again. And I'm really proud and happy with the progress that I've made on my account. I'm really hoping to see a lot more growth in this next year and do a lot more with the game. I'm hoping to complete all of the Arenas challenges. Actually, I didn't show those. We're just going to take a quick look to see which ones I have left. These are all of the challenges that I still have yet to complete. There's still quite a few of them, and so we'll visit these here shortly, and eventually I want to get all of them done too. Those are the Arenas challenges that I still have to complete. But yeah, with that, I want to thank you for watching my video. If you would like to see more Contest of Champions content here on the channel, make sure that you subscribe and let me know if there's something specific in the game that you would like to see me do, or if there are any guides that you would like to see. Again, I plan on releasing a unit farming guide as well as an arena farming guide for those that would be interested in those. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you are notified when I release those videos. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, and let me know down in the comments what you thought. Let me know where you are currently at as well with your progression in this game and what your account looks like. Have you been playing as long as I have, or are you newer to the game? I'm really interested in knowing where my viewer base is at as well with their progress and their experience with Contest of Champions. With that though, I want to thank you again for watching my video. Appreciate you for being here, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Catch you later.